Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining in once again, and today we're going to be talking about Never.
Brandon, what are we doing outside?
Well, because, the subject of today's review takes place outside, and I just thought it'd be fun to, be out here, kind of put myself in the environment of.
Okay, yeah, no, but really, why are we out here?
Okay, so the real reason that I'm out here is because I have family visiting this week, and they're sleeping where I usually record. So I decided instead of postponing this review, I would go ahead and do it since I went a whole month without doing anything, and I'm not trying to do that again. But anyway, we are talking today about Never Hike Alone. Never Hike Alone is a fan-made short film based on the Friday the 13th franchise. It was written, directed, and Jason was played by a man named Vincent DiSanti. I think that's how you say it. In Never Hike Alone, a hike/travel vlogger, I guess, is going on this hike and recording himself on a GoPro so that he can, post it on his website or YouTube or something. And while he's making his way to his destination, he stumbles across an abandoned Camp Crystal Lake. And as he's investigating the old camp, he's finding all these tags that fans with keen eyes will see are the places where bodies would have been found from the first film. Well, as he's going through it, he begins to be stalked by the one and only Jason Voorhees. And when I say stalked, I mean stalked. This movie is so tense. There were several portions during this short film where I was just gripped up. I was just oh my god. It was actually really scary. It did a better job at being an actual horror movie than some of the other entries in the actual film franchise did. And this version of Jason, I actually like a whole lot. But there's one thing that confuses me. And it's not a fault on the film because they don't say it, but fans have come to call him Ghost Jason. And I'm not really sure why. I mean, he's kind of pale, but he's old. And he's kind of dusty, but he's living in an abandoned camp. And we know he's living there because it shows that this is where he moved his mother's decrepit head to, as opposed to the shack that we see in Friday the 13th Part 2. So that, and all of the crime scene tags, tells us that this does take place in the continuity of the original franchise and not the reboot. And if that's the case, then Jason was brought back to life as this super-powered zombie in Jason Lives, but he's not a ghost. I don't get it. But that aside, when the ish hits the fan in this, oh my god, it's amazing. I was so surprised at the stunt work, the fight choreography, and everything in this short film. It was very well professionally made. It even had great cinematography. One of the first shots is this aerial view of this hiker's, I think it was a Jeep. It was him driving to his destination, and then there's this aerial shot, and I was that looks amazing. I don't understand why this 54-minute long fan-made short film is better than some of the actual movies. It boggles my mind. And Jason in this is really, I love this version of Jason. He's really good. He really kind of has a Kane Hodder era Jason presence about him, and come to think of it, the guy Vincent even kind of looks like a young Kane Hodder. When he is chasing this guy down through the woods and he's stomping, it sounds like a freaking herd of elephants. Whoever was in charge of the sound design was really going extra with this, and I appreciate them for it. Since this is once again just a short film, there's not a whole lot to say except all the reasons that I said that I like it. There are some issues that I have, but they're really just kind of nitpicks, I guess. Such as, at what point is this supposed to be taking place in the Friday the 13th continuity? Because, like I said, with all of the nods to the first film and the fact that Jason is like teleporting and whatnot, it's obviously superhuman Jason, but his mask doesn't have the axe mark that he gets in part 3. That's like a big part of Jason's look, is the axe mark in his head and his hockey mask. And with all of these very close attentions to detail, why would they overlook that? And there's really also like the fact that since this guy, you know, he has his camera and everything, it does tend to fall into the found footage tropes that things sometimes do. This isn't totally a found footage film, although it does sometimes go into the perspective of the camera that he has, which is a cool little directing thing that they did. It really kind of helps with it to bring you closer to the character, but I mean, there's a part where he's getting hunted down by Jason, he thinks that he loses him, and so he starts recording himself in the camera and is like, look, here's my last final will and testament and message, and here are my coordinates if anybody finds this. I mean, this is such a trope of that kind of horror movie that if any of you out there saw the short film that Matt and I did over on his channel called Where Are You, and if you haven't seen it, you should. I'll put the link down in the description. We even did that. There's a scene where Matt does that, and that just shows how much of a trope it is. And I'm not saying that that's bad. It just, I don't know. When you're two guys making a cheesy little short film with only a cell phone as a camera, you know, you can kind of get away with doing stuff like that. But if you're something with an actual budget and something with as many views and something that looks this professional, doing something like a trope like that kind of seems lazy. I don't know. Really, guys, Never a Hike Alone is much, much better than I thought it would be. I wasn't expecting it to suck because this short film was so well received that Ghost Jason has actually been put in like various video games. So I knew that it was going to be at least okay, but I wasn't expecting it to be as legitimately tense and scary and brutal as it is. And there's also an awesome cameo at the end that just made me smile from ear to ear. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but if you're a fan of the franchise, then it'll make you happy too. So really, with just, you know, a couple of itty-bitty nitpicks, I'm going to say that Never Hike Alone should definitely be checked out, and I will give Never Hike Alone an A.
You just gave 2 A's in a row. You're becoming kinda soft, aren't you?
It's my channel, Channing. I can do what I want. Thank you guys for checking in once again. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe so that I can see you guys next time. Hopefully, indoors.
Alright, you guys, I just wanted to cut in real quick before I show you guys some bloopers to show how actually difficult it was to film out here, to tell you that my good buddy Matt Inman has actually started his own production company called Bad Guy Good Guy Entertainment. He has a Facebook page, and it is where he is going to be posting some short films that we are going to be working on in an anthology series called Out There. The first entry we are going to be shooting this weekend, and he and I wrote it together. It's going to be so great, and I just wanted to let you guys know so that you could go like the Facebook page and subscribe to his channel, show him some love. I'll put the links to everything down in the description so that you can let him know that I sent you there. Alright, so let's get to these bloopers.
Okay, so the real reason that I'm out here is because I have family visiting this week, and fucking train in the background. Oh, now the AC's kicked on. Great. And oh, motorcycle. Goodbye. I keep looking around for spiders. I know there's one somewhere. I saw it. It was huge. It was hanging from that light, and now I don't know where it is. Hopefully indoors. Oh. There goes the water.